Rhode Island's current prosecutors are not alone in fearing Fox's sentence may not deter future cases of corruption.
Our in-depth coverage continues now, live from the newsroom with Eyewitness News reporter Kelly Sullivan.
Well, immediately following the sentencing, we sat down with our legal analyst and former U.S. Attorney Robert Corrente, and he says he was not surprised at the 36-month sentence. Now, there was a possibility that the judge could have gone beyond that because there is a guideline range from 41 to 51 months set by the Supreme Court. But Corrente believes, based on Judge Lisi's comments, she was not convinced that whatever the sentence was, it wasn't going to be much of a deterrent for future public corruption.
There's a common theme in all of these speeches where they address themselves to other leaders and say, you know, let this be a lesson to you, and seemingly it never is.
And so when it comes to the bribery part of the case, Corrente believes that the state could still place charges against the owners of the Shark Bar. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Kelly Sullivan, Eyewitness News.
Public corruption has a long history in Rhode Island.
But will today's sentence for such a high-profile person like Gordon Fox make politicians think twice about breaking the law? Our in-depth coverage continues at 6 with Eyewitness News reporter Kelly Sullivan.
Immediately following Gordon Fox's sentencing, we sat down with our legal analyst and former U.S. Attorney Robert Corrente. He says he expected the 3-year sentence, but he doesn't think the judge is convinced any length of time behind bars will deter future public corruption. The sentencing guidelines set by the Supreme Court are 41 to 51 months. Former Rhode Island House Speaker Gordon Fox reached a deal to serve 36 months in exchange for admitting his guilt. Judge Lisi accepted the deal, which was no surprise to Eyewitness News legal analyst and former U.S. Attorney Robert Corrente, since both the prosecution and defense agreed on 3 years. Whatever the number, Corrente believes Judge Lisi wasn't convinced the sentence will prevent future public corruption.
She has, in the course of her 20 years on the bench, seen this play over and over and over again, and there doesn't seem to be much deterrent effect on other leaders.
Corrente says the current political system puts a lot of power in the hands of very few people, creating a small political world with little outside challenge.
You have a lot of people who run unopposed. You have a lot of people who, become sort of kings in their own little kingdoms, and it goes to their heads, and they do dumb things, and they get arrogant, and they get greedy, and this kind of thing happens.
Corrente believes the bribery case involving the Shark Bar is not over yet. He expects the Attorney General will likely pursue charges against the owners sometime in the future. I'm Kelly Sullivan, Eyewitness News.